The Metal Museum is the only one in the country. It's the only one, you know, dedicated to the preservation of fine metalwork. And it's, you know, I think it's one of the only museums where you can go and see art as well as watch art being made. It's a treat here in Memphis that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. The people who do know about it rave, and once you come, you continue to come back to the museum. But I feel like it's kind of a secret in Memphis. So when you come off of Metal Museum Drive, you keep going. So this is the main museum building, and this is where we have all of our exhibits. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's a Haas Haley piece. He's from Penland. It's called The Beggar, and we've got some money in there, which is good. This is our main way we raise money. Not really. Isn't that nice? And this is a piece of Jeannie Tomlinson. She's one of the other resident artists here. She's the one that I have the show with at Jack Robinson. These are patterns for casting. I believe these are iron molds. So we'll go see Jeannie, and she's doing some sand casting. So this would be packed on top of sand. So when you pulled this off, this relief would be in the sand, and then you'd pour iron into it, and you'd have a cast iron piece. This is Jeffrey Clancy. This is part of the Tributary series I was telling you about. The Tributaries is kind of a neat thing we're doing. It's a younger artist. We've had Haley Bates, John Rays, David Clemens, and Jeffrey Clancy so far. And it's for younger artists who can't quite fill an entire gallery space. It's been really nice interacting with them and seeing their work. And the basement's the most exciting part. That's where all the treasures are. Let's go downstairs. We are unpacking a lot of Gary Griffin, who is the master smith. His show is coming up next. We're going to be installing that next week, actually. Hey guys.
Hey there.
How's it going?
Oh.
We're in the collections room of the Metal Museum, and we're here with, this is Gary Griffin, the master smith. We're unpacking his work right now, and this is Layla. She's helping do that. And can you tell us what you're doing?
This is representative of about 16 works that employ this idea of the frame and a picture plane. And in this particular piece, then I hit these from the rear to fracture them. But there's another series where the flow is actually the composition, and every one of them is different based upon chance. Another part of the show incorporates older pieces that are representative of natural kinds of things, like a witch hazel branch or an ash branch. Interestingly enough, these pieces are titled Acanthus, and these are also floral, but they're floral because they are essentially a cross-section of a 19th century cast iron acanthus leaf. To me, it's interesting that you have two different forms of representation of floral subject matter. So the show's pretty broad in terms of the kind of interests that I have had over the last 10 or 12 years. Because the group of work is so varied, it actually might look as if more than one person made it all. These pieces go on the wall, and then there's a big floor piece that'll probably just occupy a gallery by itself. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Layla has done a lot down here. She has been cataloging all of the pieces. Can you tell us what you're doing?
Everything has to have a piece of paper that goes with it, and it also has to be tagged. So we unwrap the pieces or unbox them, check for any defects or scratches or chips in the paint, so we know exactly what it's like before we put it out. And then when it leaves, we do it again, and we check and make sure that nothing has happened to the piece since it's been in our possession.
Everyone who works at the museum helps out. We all come in from the shop. We all have our jobs. Like, you need to patch holes in the walls, and you're a big strong guy, you get to carry the crates up, and you know, we all kind of have our roles during the exhibit change, which is when people come in with silver or gold, brass, small things like candlesticks, he's usually the one that repairs all of that work. Is Kevin back there? Okay. Hello, Kevin. Bringing some people in here. This is the conservation lab, and this is Kevin Burge. This is where we do a lot of our non-ferrous repairs, and non-ferrous means without iron. So he works with brass, silver, gold.
Copper, pewter, pot metal.
And what are you working on right now?
This lamp, it's got 4 arms to go with it. Attach on the side like that. They were all broken right here, all 4 of them. So you know, right at the mounting point, it had snapped off from the weight of the crystal. It's going to New York.
You get a lot of repairs from all over the country.
Yeah, I've got some stuff in right now from Wilmington, Delaware. I just sent something back to San Diego. I would say 90% of our repair comes from in town, Memphis area.
But you're holding off a little bit for repair days too, right?
Actually, it's the slow point because everybody knows that repair days is coming up, so they're holding off as well. So we'll get hit with all of it next month.
If you have never been to the Metals Museum and you are a blacksmith or metalsmith or interested in it, that would be a really great time to come here because this place is alive, and we get hundreds of volunteers, blacksmiths and metalsmiths from all across the country flock to Memphis, to the Metal Museum, and volunteer their time and services to repair broken metalwork. So we set up a couple of tents, and we just have people soldering and welding and forging all day long, and it is a great time. You meet lots of people and make many new friends. Oh no! The 3rd week in October? Yes! Repair Days happens the 3rd week in October.